please turn away here from here. You're an image bearer of God. You're beautifully and wonderfully made.
Is that enough?
Dude, these people need to be institutionalized, straight up. Bring back asylums, which are horrible, and I completely understand it, exclusively for people who stand outside of abortion clinics. If you stand outside of an abortion clinic and fucking scream at like the teenagers that are looking to get an abortion quietly, okay? You need to be institutionalized. Bring back lobotomies and bring back fucking insane asylums specifically and exclusively for these fucking freaks. You are literally just a freak. There is no way to save you. There's no way to salvage you. I know I'm in favor of rehabilitation. I talk about it all the time, but holy fuck, dude, if you're doing that, you straight up have to be institutionalized. It is the most psychotic thing you can do. You know how they take fake bus stops at retirement homes so the elderly don't run away? We need fake Planned Parenthoods at the institutions. Yeah, straight up. Build a fucking Planned Parenthood. These guys can like stand outside of it. You know, more jobs. More jobs for them. On the grounds of the fucking asylum, there should be like a fake Planned Parenthood they can go, and then you can like bring in some of the nurses and like act like the nurses are looking for abortions or whatever so they can fucking scream at them. Keep them fucking busy. The other thing is like half the time those people aren't even going in there for abortions. They're going in there for because Planned Parenthoods also offer a wide range of free or incredibly affordable reproductive health care services. Like they could be going in there to get fucking contraceptives and shit. So even then, it's like these fucking freaks are standing out there. I straight up do not. I don't consider these fucking psychos as human beings. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Have you had enough? Is that enough of feeling really self-righteous this morning?
I don't think that most people have a realistic picture of what happens outside of abortion clinics.
Mom, you'll never forget the loss of your child.
Joe, come on.
You're a beautiful baby.
It's so funny because like everyone also is like strapped out with body cams too now. Like this motherfucker has a body camera on, dude. You know, homie is a libertarian. This is real sovereign citizen hours, okay? Straight up. Nobody that has a fucking body camera like that is a normal person. Like even the other lady has a strapped on camera that she's like broadcasting directly to TikTok on. This homie, has that kind of fucking camera specifically so we could do like cop watch and like be sovereign citizen and be like, technically the God-given Admiralty Maritime Court has afforded me the right to stand here and protest and harass minors that are trying to get contraceptives. And you cannot tell me to move away. That's actually the 1748 decision from Colonial Williamsburg that dictates that I can actually stand outside of this facility and harass women, specifically minors. I am allowed to do that. It is my God-given, Constitution-protected right.
It's a boy or a girl.
Joe, there's no reason to yell at anyone.
Someone said old cell. Yeah, this is an old cell.
Sometimes I just stop for a minute and I'm like, what is this?
I think abortion is so terribly wrong. I have a
like, there's no saving this motherfucker, dude. He's like retired, probably has like a nice little pension. Definitely has a house that he paid off many years ago. That shit's like accruing value as he sits there. And this fucking dickhead is out there just, harassing women, dude. That's what he's doing.
responsibility to be here.
Whatever happens on the sidewalk, really our focus is the women and the children and their right to choose life.
Absolutely not, please. No, nobody asked you.
Most clinic escorts do their job silently. That's the tradition of escorting, but I just couldn't anymore.
Almost every week for the past 3 years,
Thank you.
Shelly Mann makes a drive to this abortion clinic in Bellevue, Nebraska.
Good morning.
Her job? To protect the clinic's patients from the anti-abortion protesters.
Bro, they come in every morning and sit there, dude. Like, that is so crazy. They get in there every morning, early as fuck, at sunrise, at the crack of dawn, okay, at the ass crack, and just sit there. They have no lives. This is their entire lives. They're such fucking psychotic Christian zealots, bro. I swear to God. You're You have been put on this earth to be a psycho at this point, okay? In a normal, civilized society, we would have to deal with these people in a very different capacity, okay? Very, very different ways. Like, they need to be kept busy. They need to straight up be kept busy. Put them to fucking work in a prison camp, brother. Holy shit. Also, the irony itself is that, like, how are you going to be pro-life when your life is this fucking worthless? Like, you do this if you have nothing going on. You do this if your fucking relatives are no longer picking up your phone calls. You're so fucking bored. And you get a sense of shared perspective, a sense of community from, like, engaging in this kind of psychotic behavior, right? So, like, what's the argument? Like, you want other people to be, like, living in hell just like you are every fucking day? Your life is hell. You don't do that if your life is normal, okay? And for people who are saying, oh, just like Twitch chatters, motherfucker, at least Twitch chatters are entertaining themselves, okay? Half the time they can't go outside for a litany of different health complications or whatever the fuck. At least they're sitting here entertaining themselves. These fucking freaks are going out and, like, actually trying to bring people down. They are the IRL gray names, dude. Twitch chatters 98% of the time are just normal. They're not, like, fucking trying to hurt someone else's, like, trying to ruin someone else's fucking day.
Who line its perimeter.
Before the shift starts and before the other escorts get here, I usually just take like a little walk and look for things that might be suspicious, because if there's something here that looks like a bomb, even if it's not a bomb, it has to be investigated. So we'll have to cancel patients for the day. Let's do 2 in the top and 2 people walking, and then I'll float. There are protesters on either side of the driveway. So the patient is trying to turn in past the protesters. So the first thing that we're trying to do is get them to just pull in the driveway. So this gives you kind of an idea of where you are and aren't allowed to stand. I'm Shelly, I'm from the clinic. I'm gonna walk you in, okay? We help the patients get out of the car and just make the walk. We'll get in here. You'll go to the top of the stairs.
Yeah, pro-life bombs people. I mean, dude, the state is protecting pro-lifers by literally fucking, quelling protests that are happening all around the country with a chemical agent that causes abortions, tear gas, okay? The idea that, like, any of this makes sense, if you're looking for sense, don't look to American politics. There is no consistency in any of this. These motherfuckers are like, oh, I'm pro-life, except they have no life. You can't be pro-life and then have no life, okay? It sucks. This is what you're doing with your life? That sucks, dude. You're better off fucking dead. Straight up, okay? If you're spending all of your goddamn free time now that you're, like, 75 years old, screaming at fucking teenagers outside of an abortion facility, you are better off dead. Like, you would be free of the fucking horrifying realities that you have to experience on a daily fucking basis.
Door to the right. That walk is the loneliest walk if you are by yourself.
I've been in this movement since '73. I think these unborn children are being violated and having their lives taken away from them.
Dan is a clinic protester.
Like, this guy, look at him. He modded his fucking car. I'm 9 weeks old and I sucked my thumb today. Please, mom, choose life, not my death. First of all, 9 weeks old, dude, get fucking owned, okay? That's like literally the size of a goddamn, jelly bean, okay? Get owned. Get absolutely owned. Why? Why is it? Also, the other part of this is, like, this is mental illness, okay? This is untreated, undiagnosed mental illness. Why the fuck are we, instead of going, hey, maybe if we're not even going to medicalize this, okay, if we're not going to give people this help, the least we could do is just not listen to them, okay? America is now a country where enough of the people that stand on top of soapbox outside of the fucking subway station, outside of, like, Union Square Park or whatever the fuck, that scream at you. If enough of them get together, they can lead policy now. It's sick. Whoever is the loudest person, who is the most insane loudest person, we will listen to them and we will actually make policy around it. That's great. Thank you, Mike7060, for the 25 gifted subs.
He says only recently, since he retired, has he found the time to come out to protest.
Thank God. Thank God.
When I meet my maker, I hope the good Lord has a lot of mercy because
Dog, you are literally going to hell. Straight up. Bro, I swear to God, listen, I'm not exactly a believer myself, but I sometimes do wish there is a fucking heaven and hell because every single one of these freaks is going to be burning, okay? For all the punishment, for all of the absolute fucking horrifying awfulness that they put so many people around them through, you're dying. You're going to hell permanently, dude. You are a demon here. You are making everyone's life a living hell currently as we're alive. What makes you think if there is a hell, you're not going to it, motherfucker? You're straight up going to it. No chill.
I carry a lot of guilt that I haven't been here enough.
Whatever help you need, we have. Sheila's life, you have a son or a daughter. A beautiful gift of life, a beautiful...
We are always keeping them in our prayers as we're out here, and that's what you've seen a lot of. So, yes, we call out, we offer help.
We'll help you. We're here to help you. We're praying for you right now.
What's up, guys? They are in full force today.
Shelley began to broadcast her confrontations and interactions with protesters on TikTok.
Mind your own business, please. No, it's not a Tootsie Roll. It's actually a tiny rubber fetus. Being kind of funny and adding an element of humor certainly makes everybody lighten a little bit up. Hey guys, so today I'm gonna take a little break from escorting and I'm gonna be a groundskeeper. We gotta clean up the leaves and trash. And it gives patients a chance to kind of take a step back and realize like that person who's screaming at them, they don't know their heart. They don't know their story, but I also don't want to be a meme. Like it's really important to me that people understand that like this is literally like life-risking work.
United States abortion clinics have a long history of being targets for violence.
Deadly violence at an abortion clinic in Pensacola, Florida. This time, 2 men, a doctor and a clinic escort, were killed, and a woman who is a retired nurse was injured in a hail of gunfire.
Like, look at this, yo, pro-life, bro. Hey, nothing says pro-life like fucking taking an M16 out and just fucking killing doctors, dude. Nothing says pro-life like murdering motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, bro. That's how pro-life I am, dude. Imagine being yelled at through the window of your doctor's office. Imagine being shot through the window of your fucking doctor's office because some fucking psychotic freak thought that this is the way to do pro-life shit.
Since 1977.
But of course, the inherent irony there exists within the attitude. If you're pro-life, you have to factor in the life of the mother. And none of these motherfuckers do that. They don't care. If they were pro-life, at a certain point, they would sit down and be like, well, the carrier is a person, a fully established, fully developed person. Why the fuck are we forcing them to carry a pregnancy to term, which is torturous and violent, especially if the state is forcing them to? Clearly, the inherent contradiction exists at the fucking fundamental level. It is oxymoronic. You're not pro-life, you're just pro-birth. You're pro-forcibly making women carry pregnancies to term. That's it.
At least 11 people have been killed in anti-abortion
You're just pro-control.
This clinic is led by Dr. Leroy Carhart, one of the few doctors left in the country who performs third trimester abortions.
And this is a little pre-op room here. I'm 80, I don't need to do abortions anymore. I'm looking for doctors to replace me right now, or to help me, but the biggest problem is finding somebody that's willing to take the target off my back and put it on theirs.
Dr. Carhart's best friend and mentor, Dr. George Tiller, was murdered by an anti-abortion extremist in 2009.
With the senseless murder of Dr. George Tiller, we have lost a champion of women's rights, a talented, caring physician, and one of my family's best friends.
In September 2020, Shelley was involved in an altercation with an anti-abortion protester who was found guilty of assault by mutual consent. The protester was sentenced to a $50 fine and unmonitored probation for 12 months.
It has been really hard. I get tons of messages from people really graphic and upsetting and violent descriptions of my death.
The Supreme Court has overturned Roe v. Wade.
We will aid and abet abortion.
They have eliminated.
By the way, if you want to know, like, you know how we sometimes talk about fucking, you know how we sometimes talk about like Ben Shapiro and the role that Ben Shapiro played in the Quebec mosque shooting, and Ben of course says like, no, I didn't do that. That's not like, that has nothing to do with me, whatever. Well, there was a time and place when before Ben Shapiro, when the abortion provider Dr. Tiller was murdered in 2009, there was another man who was also responsible because of his endless crusade against him. Bill motherfucking O'Reilly. Okay? He literally straight up unloaded into this dude. Okay? Roeder had been waiting patiently that morning in the pews of Tiller's church. Right after Tiller finished his job as an usher, Roeder walked into the church foyer and pressed a gun against Tiller's forehead and shot him. He died from the single gunshot wound. Roeder killed the doctor for one reason and one reason only. He was a prominent abortion provider, maybe even the most prominent in the country at the time, and Roeder wanted to stop abortion. Bill O'Reilly called him Tiller the baby killer. No one questions that Roeder's radical anti-abortion views were responsible for Tiller's death. But the day Bill O'Reilly was ousted from Fox News is a good time to remember O'Reilly's role in the Tiller tragedy, especially in the context of newly released statistics showing the harassment of abortion providers in various forms is on the increase. O'Reilly, between 2005 and 2009, talked about Tiller on 29 episodes of his show. He repeatedly referred to him as Tiller the baby killer and hurled all sorts of other epithets in Tiller's direction. He equated him with Nazis, Al-Qaeda, NAMBLA, said he was operating a death mill, claimed he was executing babies about to be born, and equated his profession with the actions of Mao, Hitler, and Stalin. In perhaps the most direct attack on Tiller, O'Reilly came close to saying that he personally would be violent towards Tiller if he could get away with it. And if I get my hands on Tiller, well, you know, can't be vigilantes, can't do that. It's just a figure of speech, but despicable. Oh my God. Oh, it doesn't get worse. Does it get worse? No.